Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about the 3M Peltor EEP-100 earplugs and why I ended up choosing this product. As a disclaimer, I am not sponsored by 3M or any other company. This video is all just my personal opinion. Now to preface, my ears are more sensitive than others. When I was a teenager, I attended a lot of parties and shows with really loud music, and I found that loud sounds which don't bother other people bother me and cause my ears to ring. Now, this might be from going to all those shows. My hearing might just be more sensitive than others due to genetics. I don't really know, but I do know at this point I have tinnitus and I need like white noise or listen to the radio to be able to fall asleep. So I'm a heavy duty mechanic and I'm working in a shop environment, and the noise level can change rapidly. Like someone can start up a truck, which is around 130 decibels. I could be using grinders, impact guns, air tools, it's a dynamic noise environment. And it's annoying and inefficient to constantly be taking hearing protection on and off. Plus, I might be too late if a loud noise happens or like a bunch of compressed air hisses out of something, and that happens unexpectedly, then my hearing gets damaged, right? So I was pretty surprised when Amazon recommended these. I didn't realize a product like this existed, because, before I was wearing these, I'd come home from work wondering, did I get more hearing damage today? Did I make my tinnitus worse, right? And I'm in my mid-20s. I don't want to be hard of hearing early in my life. So now that you have a bit of background, let's get on to the actual review. So I've been wearing these every single day for a month. I wear them almost my entire 8-hour shift. Sometimes I take them off like an hour before the end of my shift, but usually for the full 8 hours. The first couple days I wore them, it was really noticeable that they were on there because it would attenuate, right? Like there'd be a loud sound and the volume would dip, and that was really noticeable. But after just like on the third day, didn't notice that anymore. And now after wearing it, like, even after a week, it just felt like my normal hearing, like my brain adapted to it. And as far as safety goes, like for vehicle backup alarms or hearing announcements over the PA system or hearing my coworkers, talking or trying to get my attention, I've always been able to hear them. Like some noises are amplified louder than they normally would be. For example, like wrenches clinking together or just even the case opening, like that gets amplified. But this can work to my advantage. Like if I drop a bolt on the ground or something, I might not have noticed it, but then because of this, I do notice it. But it's not a bother. Like I'm used to it at this point. It's nice. It has 3 volume settings, which keeps it simple. I usually keep it on the medium or highest settings so I can hear my coworkers. If I'm in a really high noise environment, like I'm in the pit underneath a running truck engine or there's constant noise for whatever reason, I can turn it down to its lowest setting, which is really nice, just a lower overall volume. And the loudness settings are denoted by different tone beeps. You just hold the button down for about a second and then it beeps. It's really intuitive. If there's any latency, I haven't noticed it, which is nice, right? If this had latency, that would be a big deal breaker. Outdoors, I do notice they are somewhat sensitive to wind. It makes a bit of a crackling noise. They advertise that that's not a problem, but it kind of is. Let's pull up the web page here. If you're working outdoors all day in a really windy environment, I could see this being an issue, but I'm indoors. It's not a big deal. So now that I've talked about how they function, I'll talk about the construction and the build quality. They are nice neon green. It's easy to spot in case you drop them or whatever. The earbuds themselves are pretty strong. Let me just switch back to, there we go. The earbuds feel strong. They have a nice layer of rubber that covers the one button that they have. But I do take care not to touch these when I have like solvent or dirty engine oil on my hands, because like I don't want to be degrading this rubber. Sure, it might be water resistant, but obviously you don't want to be getting solvent on them. The carry case and the charge case actually feels reasonably tough. It's got a decent build quality, but I mean, like this could be dropped around just fine, but obviously you're not going to be hitting it with rocks or anything like that. Like it's still made of plastic at the end of the day. They're advertised for 16-hour battery life. I wear them for the majority of an 8-hour shift and then take them home and charge them. I figure if I continue this charge cycle, even as the battery degrades, they should last me a long time. I'm hoping to get 3 years before the lithium-ion battery inside is too degraded. And then every few days I do take a minute to clean them up. And like these ear tips come off, obviously. It comes with 3 different sizes of ear tips. And so like, every few days I will remove them and then clean the whole thing, clean the ear tip, all that jazz. Like I just clean it off, like wipe it down with a wet rag and soak this in some warm water and clean it, just keep it nice. I don't want them getting nasty. And like also I do end up getting oil on them, right? Because I'll have oil on my gloves, hit the button. So some oil does end up getting on these, so I do make sure to clean that off so it doesn't degrade it. Yeah, it does come with 3 tip sizes. I'm using the smallest ones because I have small ear canals, but the 3 tip sizes should suit most people, but you can also buy more tip sizes from the 3M website. So yeah, there's that. So what's my overall conclusion? I've seen a lot of reviews where people say they use it for target shooting. I haven't done that, but I would like to try that and see how well they work. I'm sure they would be fantastic for that. Because, at the range, it's nice to be able to talk to people without having to yell with your ear pro on, all that. I bet they would work really well. But if you're in a work environment which has just dynamic noise levels, like mechanics, maybe you work at an airport on the tarmac, something like that, I definitely recommend these. Some people in some reviews are critical of the fact that it doesn't have Bluetooth, but I don't think that's the point, right? Like, this is a product which you wear so that you have situational awareness. If you're listening to music or talking on the phone when you're wearing this, like, then you are losing your situational awareness and in a work environment, right? So if you work construction or mechanics or whatever like that, and the volume can change quickly, and you have sensitive ears and don't like getting hearing damage, I could definitely recommend these as a product. They are a little bit pricey, but I think it's completely worth it. I've only been using them for a month, but I really hope that these last a long time and continue to work well for me. So that concludes my review. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.